We are made for goodness. We are made for love. We are made for friendliness. We are made for togetherness. We are made for all the beautiful things that you and I know. We are made to tell the world that there are no outsiders. All are welcome. Black, white, red, yellow, rich, poor, educated, not educated, male, female, gay, straight, all. We all belong to this family, this human family, God's family. These are the words of the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and they produce a vision of his deeply held belief in the goodness of humankind and his lifelong fight to help others understand and act in accordance with our interconnected humanity. In order to understand the astonishing courage, power, and love of Desmond Tutu, you must first understand the brutality of the system of apartheid in South Africa. Apartheid was an institutionalized system of racial segregation that began following the election of the Nationalist Party in 1948 and did not end until apartheid legislation was repealed in 1991. The minority white supremacist government registered people based on their perceived race and dictated where people could live, what people could do for work, and with whom they could interact. The government enforced this racist system with a brutal police force. Land was stolen, people were forcibly displaced from their homes, voting rights were taken away, citizenship was taken away. Violators and opposition were arrested, tortured, and murdered. Desmond Tutu was born on October 7, 1931, and died on December 26, 2021. He was happily married to his wife, Nomalisa Leah Tutu, for 66 years, raising 4 children together. Both were trained as teachers, but they left the profession in opposition to the Bantu Education Act, which further perpetuated racial segregation in education under apartheid. Desmond Tutu was ordained as an Anglican priest in 1960. He served as the General Secretary to the South African Council of Churches from 1978 to 1985, where he emerged as one of the prominent opponents of South Africa's apartheid system. He became Bishop of Johannesburg in 1985, and in 1986 he became the Archbishop of Cape Town, the most senior position within Southern Africa's Anglican hierarchy. Tutu was the first black man to hold each of these positions. Desmond Tutu won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984, 10 years before the end of apartheid, for his role as a unifying leader in the non-violent campaign to end apartheid in South Africa. Following Nelson Mandela's release from prison in 1990, Tutu worked with Mandela to negotiate an end to apartheid in South Africa and the introduction of a multiracial democracy. In 1994, that work came to fruition when Nelson Mandela was elected as South Africa's first black president. Nelson Mandela appointed Archbishop Desmond Tutu to chair the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, or TRC, which used a restorative model of justice to address gross human rights violations committed under apartheid. The mandate of the commission was to bear witness to, record, and in some cases grant amnesty to perpetrators of crimes relating to gross human rights violations, as well as offering reparation and rehabilitation to victims. The TRC conducted hearings from 1995 to 1998, finding more than 22,025 people had been victims of gross human rights violations. A total of 7,111 amnesty applications were submitted. Of those, the TRC granted 849. Desmond Tutu bore witness to some of the worst brutalities we can commit against each other, and yet retained an unwavering belief in humanity. In his own words, "When we see others as the enemy, we risk becoming what we hate. When we oppress others, we end up oppressing ourselves. All of our humanity is dependent upon recognizing the humanity in others."